Good morning, everyone. Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and excuse my wild hair. Let's adjust the lighting just a little bit here so I don't look quite like I don't know. It's still going to shine. The light and my hair. Oh, well. Y'all are just going to have to deal with it. Maybe cut the light off behind me would help. For that lay down. And excuse the dishwasher running in the background. All right. So why am I here and why do I keep running around? It's because the lighting is bad. But anyway, this weekend, Scott and I did a little bit of running. So I wanted to just share the few things I did pick up. We went to the Habitat for Humanity's Restore. Scott got a mug. And then I got these 3 items I'm going to show you. And then we didn't have quite $5 worth of stuff. And to be able to use your debit card at the Habitat stores, you have to purchase at least $5. So she had us buy 2 packages of hand wipes. So I stuck one in the truck and I'm going to stick one in the car so that we have hand wipes in the vehicles. They're always handy when you're traveling. If you don't have access to hand sanitizer, if you have those wipes, works just as good. So the first thing I saw was this whole stack. Looks like playing cards, but it's not. It's a metric conversion card. And I thought these could be fun to stick in Happy Mail. And I have a lot of them. So over the next year, anytime I send Happy Mail out, I'll throw one of these metric conversion charts in it. So you'll know that what each one is. A teaspoon is 5 milliliters. A cubic yards, is 0.76 cubic meters. Interesting. So I got that for $1. Good morning, Lee, or Leah, however you say it. And then I got this picture frame, and the picture frames and the framed art, they were all half off. So instead of $3, this heavy frame was only $1.50. And what I'm going to do is I have a very favorite picture of me and Greg as we're saying goodbye so he could go back to Shepherd's Air Force Base for his A school training when he was in the Navy. And I'm going to put that in this frame so that it's not just it. Right now it just sits up on the mantle, and I want it behind glass, to protect it. So I thought for $1.50, and this feels like a leaded frame. It's quite heavy, and it was real pretty. I like the edge of it. For $1.50, I couldn't pass that up. And then the last thing I got, I think it was also like $1, was this book, A Quilter's Guide to Creative Ideas for Color and Fabric. And I can tell this had come from a Goodwill because they use these green labels on their books. So this is all about how to utilize your color and the fabrics. It's got all these colors like charts in the back. And you could cut little squares of stuff. And up here on the top of the charts, it has floral, a geometric, an abstract, an ethnic, and a solid. So you could do that and have them in that color family so you could see what the different values you get between a solid and a floral and a geometric. It's got lots of places to keep notes about your own fabric collection. And it's got how to test your colors, where to begin with your color schemes. It shows different patterns, like that one. That's a version of the mid-19th century scrap quilts. It's a log cabin pattern. So I thought this would be something to expand my knowledge on quilting. Then yesterday, Joann's was having a special weekend sale on Simplicity patterns. And I keep a running list of patterns, which is right here. This is my pattern wish list. This is when I watch another YouTuber and they share. Get over here, Bernie. Bernadette, come here. Bernadette, come here. She can't hear, so I have to snap. Bernie, over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're close. Come on to Mama. Come here. All right, good girl. Yeah, good girl. You stay here with Mama. We don't visit the cat boxes. But anyway, I keep a pattern list, and Simplicity was on sale, so I got 3 of the Simplicity patterns I've been wanting. They did not have this one, the 9014. So I'll wait for the next sale and see if it's in there. It might be a discontinued pattern. If it's an older pattern, I might just be out of luck. So let me show you the patterns I did get. So this coat poncho was on my list. Simplicity 9649. And I thought I turned the autofocus off. And it's just a simple coat pattern. All right, so now it'll quit dancing around every time I pull something up. And this can be made of boiled wool, sweatshirt fleece, or fleece. So it's basically something I can make out of any of that pretty fleece that Joann's carries. So I got that one. And then this one was on my list too. This one is Simplicity 9542. It's kind of a shirt dress. And what drew me to this one is it looks like it has some pretty pleats in the front. At least that's what it looks like. And this is made with chambray, cotton blends, cotton lawn, gingham, linen blends, poplin, or any shirting. And it's just a real pretty dress. I like the short sleeved ones, this one and this one. I don't care too much for 3/4 or long sleeves. I have long sleeves on today because it's 28 degrees outside. And then the last one that was on my list that I was able to find was this interesting pant pattern. It's 8378. You get all these different versions. This is an elastic bottom pair of pants, which I would never make because I can't stand anything around my ankles because of pain in my ankles that I have. I can't stand anything on my ankles. And then I like this real flowy, almost bohemian style pant there. I love that one. And then this is just a straight leg pant. But I love this one. That one's my favorite. And this one you can make out of, you got to make it out of stretch fabrics. Anytime you see this on the side of a pattern, that means you're going to need to get a pattern that has stretch to it. And this one says, for this pattern, 4 inches of knit fabric must stretch acrosswise from here. So you take a 4-inch piece, that's the black area, and you have to stretch it out to the end over here. It has to have that much stretch. And then I did pick up 2 other patterns because they were cute. And this was on the pattern cabinet racks. They give them a different number just so they can see if they're selling more out of the drawer or off from the display. So they give them a different number for the pattern cabinet display. But if you open up your pattern and on the instructions, it'll tell you this is the pattern cabinet number, the R1166. 1166-1, and then the drawer number is 9666. But it's for these cute little stuffed animals. And the one that roped me in was this llama. Look at the llama. I mean, the rest are cute, but that llama is darling. So I need to make some stuffed animals too. And then this one I picked up, and I love these patterns that include the 18-inch American Girl doll patterns with them, so you can make something for a little girl plus her 18-inch doll. And the cabinet, the top of the cabinet display number is R11669, and I'll tell you the number for in the drawer. In the drawer, you would find it as S9661. See, they give you both the numbers there. I like that they've started doing that, so you know the two numbers. But this one is for knits, I believe. Yes. So I cannot make this for Project Dress a Girl. They want durable cotton for that program. Hi, Teresa. But I don't know if my youngest nieces currently have 18-inch dolls, but I could make matching sets, either a little dress or the little romper. I just thought they were cute. Maybe one day I'll have a granddaughter. We don't know. We'll see. No pressure on my kid. And then this weekend, they had the remnants that you normally get for 50% off. It ended yesterday, unfortunately. I do not think it's going to continue, but you might want to check your Joann's if you're going out. But they had the remnants 75% off. And I needed some solids, and I wanted 100% cotton, and they had a bunch of Kona. So that tells me the Kona was probably on sale too. I did not check that. I just wanted the solids at 75% off. So I have 3/4 of a yard of, this is just a Kona natural. It's just a natural. And when you look at it, this is the regular price. So if it was on sale, I got the sale price and then 75% off. Can't beat that. So there was a natural in there. This one was 0.861. So that's over 3/4 of a yard. And this is Kona Black. And then this one, this is 108 inches wide, and I got a 1/2 yard of it. But keep in mind, it's 108 inches wide. And it was, I don't know what GUL means, but it's 108 inch in vapor blue. And it looked gray to me, but they called it vapor blue. So I didn't spend very much money at Joann's for these remnants. Now this one says it's cotton. Here's the label. This is Kona Coal Gray. And this one I got 0.667, which is about 2/3 of a yard. And then I got this pretty kind of, let's see what they call it. Solid spray green. This is another one of those. This is a full yard of this. I like that they've gone to, you make the labels and print them off like that instead of having to fill all this in. When I was a manager, we had to fill all of this in by hand in whatever spare moment somebody had, which was none. Because when I worked there, they had no payroll. So it was crazy. But anyway, I'm glad they've switched to that. That's a yard of that one. And then this real pretty, I would call this Kelly green. They call it Kelly green. So I guessed right. 0.944. So almost a full yard of this. And these are 100% cotton. So I can use these in quilting. And then I can have a real pretty quilt is what I'm trying to say. This says you knew YUNU potting soil solid 57-inch 100% cotton. It is a very different texture. These are quilters cottons here, but this one almost feels like a twill, and it's got a bit of a pattern to it. You can't really see it. Hi, Janet Nash. And this one was 1 yard, and it says 1 yard at $13.99. So that's what its regular price was. But I got everything 75% off because the remnants were 75% off yesterday. So that's what I got. I'm going to open these and I'm going to put them through the washer with just detergent. When you're pre-washing your fabric, never put the fabric softener in. What that does is it applies to the fabric and it stays on there, and then your interfacing will not stick. Never use fabric softener when you're pre-washing. Always use just your detergent to remove the sizing and to pre-shrink all your fabric before you make something out of it, because it's very disappointing when you've worked hours on something and the first time you wash it, it shrinks. I have taken to machine washing my handmade stuff, but sticking it on a hanger to dry. I've just started doing that because I figure with the hours of work I've put in making something, I don't ever want to take the chance of shrinking it or the dryer making it pill. I like to use brushed polyester, which is really bad for the environment, and I'm going to use up what I have, and then I probably won't buy anymore, simply because I don't want to add to the plastic molecules that are ending up in the water system. I'm going to switch to linens and cotton and natural fibers, gauze, that kind of thing. So once I've used all the polyester stuff up in my stash, I will not buy anymore. I'm not going to send it to a thrift store and have somebody, fabric has a tendency at the thrift store of being cast off until it ends up in a landfill, which if you can rescue fabric so it doesn't end up in a landfill, you're saving it. But then every time you wash it, some of those particles get in the water. It's really a lose-lose when it comes to plastic and polyester for the environment. So I'll get off that soapbox now. But that's what I wanted to share this morning, was just our little bit of money-saving finds. Yes, that's Tippy, and he loves the Afghans. So when I can't sleep in the bed because they're cramping my legs, I come and lay as far back as that recliner will go, and he still follows me out and lays in my lap. So he's still on my lap, but it's not compressed like having a cat on this side of your legs and one on this side, like a vise. So I can actually move in the recliner. So good morning to all the early birds. And like I said, these will be going out in Happy Mail. I don't know how many of these I have, probably over 1,000. But they're metric conversion cards. They'll be going in the Happy Mail. Yes, they are making a lot of recycled fabrics too. I agree. He is most definitely a lap kitty. He's the baby. He was a runt when their mama started bringing them around. He was the tiniest of the kittens, and he is the boss. The other two kind of relent to his will if he decides he wants to play. Hi, Anne. And so watch your Joann's. They've been putting remnants 75% off, and that's the best time to find things. Like if you want to start a stitching collection, I do not know if that 75% off, I've got my ad right here. Let me see if it shows or says anything in. That sale might have just been something that came down from corporate because managers were complaining about the remnant level they had in their store. Sometimes that happens and they just relent and let you have a chance to do that. And other times it's corporate has done it in the ad. So let me look if that's in here anywhere. I didn't see that. The yesterday was the last day, but the fat quarters were 10 for $10, so just $1 a piece. I missed that one. That sale's over. You have to watch Joann's ads. They change the dates from one page to the next. The Simplicity patterns are no longer on sale. That ended yesterday. Let's see if they even mention the 75% off. It might still be going on, and it is a good way to get fabrics for slow stitching. Is from the remnant bin. I do not see that. So that might have just come down from corporate level, and I don't know how long it will continue. I should have checked to see if they had a date. It's not in the ad, so that tells me it probably just came down from their corporate level. So you still might want to check. So that is it. I need to get back to crocheting. Let me show you what I have crocheted so far. And I want to do at least 3 to 6 more. So I did this hat here. And these are 100% wool. And this one's just a little kind of salmon pink and a beigey color. And then this is made with wool spun. I kept the labels because what I'm going to do is I'll wash these and lay them flat to dry because they are wool. They will get washed on gentle so that they're not slushed a lot round a bit, because I don't want them to felt down smaller. I just want them to gently wash away any of my skin oils from making them. And then I will, when they're dry, I'll take the care instructions off the label from the yarn, and I'll create a label that I put on the plastic bag that I'm going to put these in. And that way, if anybody picks one of these, they'll know how to take care of it. Because I don't want them to think they can just throw these in the washer and dryer and not have them shrink, because they are 100% wool. So I'm going to be crocheting a bit and watching videos this morning and today. Scott got off with the sweet potato casserole. Late last night, I made a casserole tote, which I posted on Instagram. It's basically one of my basic lunch totes, but bigger. And so far, so good. He made it to the car without the strap breaking or anything. That casserole was really heavy. And if I thought I would have made a shorter strap, but Scott wants the straps to be long enough that when he pulls his lunches out, or we pull a casserole out, that it will lay flat. And to do that, I have to have the straps the same length as the diagonal across the casserole tote, so it'll lay flat. That way it'll be a placemat. You put it down and it will protect whatever it's laying on, and it'll just be flat like a placemat. And I had a lot of fun with that. Scott has come up with ideas that he helped me put into use on this one. So now I've gotten a format that he likes. He wants the contrast of the lining and the outside to be different values. So in the dark, he can kind of see the color difference, like in a parking lot, and he won't be grabbing the corners of the tote. He'll be able to see the handle, is what I'm saying. So the loops, the lining, and the handle all need to be the same fabric, and then have a different print on the outside of the tote. Now, I need to make some more that are smaller. So I might cut some of those out and come back at another time, impromptu. Of course, I'm doing impromptu. I have to do what will work for me this week, but I would like to put a video of some sort up each day. But I may come and just sit and sew those together. So you need two different fabrics. You need interfacing and thread. That's all it really takes to make one of these little totes. And you can make them any size. The one that I made last night was 22.5 inches square. And then I did a 1/2 inch seams everywhere. So it ended up being 22, about 20 by 2 by 22 and almost 31 inches on the diagonal. Because you have to know the diagonal measurement so that it will go around your container. So you have to measure, like we did the other day, up and around to find out how big your diagonal needs to be. And once you figure your crossways, your 45s out a ways to that 31 or 15.5 from the center point out to the corners, then you can figure out your sides. Now, I know there's a mathematical way of doing that. I don't remember it. And so I just do the 45 angles. So I've got the corner to corner marks, and then I just tack those together to figure out how big of a square I need. And then I go from there. That's how I do that. Hi, Elise. So I might cut some of those out. I am making a gag gift for somebody, so I need to not share that one. But more about that after Christmas. And I think that's all I have for this morning. May take you into the kitchen after a while to bake cookies. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you saw. And I will share how I put this fabric to use eventually. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.